In this video, we will practice using the phrasal verb turn on. Like most phrasal verbs, turn on has more than one use. This video is part 3 of 3. If you would like to practice the other uses of the phrasal verb turn on, be sure to look at part 1 and part 2 of this series. There are links to those fluency practice videos in the description below. Before we begin, let's review some of the special qualities of phrasal verbs. The first question that you should ask yourself when learning a new phrasal verb is it separable or inseparable? That is it possible to place the object of the verb inside of the phrasal verb? Here's an example. Turn on. We can say turn on the computer outside, or we can say turn the computer on. We can place the object, computer, inside of the verb. Turn on, therefore, is a separable phrasal verb. Finding the answer to this question is very important for 2 reasons. The first reason is that when you use a pronoun in place of an object, the correct position depends on whether it is separable or inseparable. Here's an example. 1. Turn on the computer. 2. Turn the computer on. 3. Turn on it. 4. Turn it on. One of these is incorrect. Do you know which one? Did you guess number 3? That's right, but do you know why? Here's a rule. If a phrasal verb is separable, if you can place the object inside of the verb, when you use the pronoun he, she, it, you, they, you must place the object inside of the verb. And that brings us to the other very important reason why you must know whether a phrasal verb is separable or inseparable. Sometimes a separable phrasal verb can mean something completely different from an inseparable phrasal verb. Here's an example. If we say turn it on, it clearly means something like starting a computer, a radio, or something that requires power to be used. If we say turn on it, it means something completely different. It means to betray someone. It means to change from like or love to hate. And that is how we're going to practice turn on in this exercise. In this exercise, turn on means betray or to change from like, love to hate. In this exercise, turn on is inseparable, which means you cannot place the object inside of the verb. It's important to ask yourself every time you learn a new phrasal verb, is it separable or inseparable? Because there are not many easy ways to know just by looking at the phrasal verb if it is separable or inseparable, unless the phrasal verb has more than 2 words. If a phrasal verb has more than 2 words, it is definitely inseparable. In this fluency exercise, we are going to practice turn on in a way you may not be familiar with, a way you probably don't know. Don't forget to look at the other fluency exercises that practice the phrasal verb turn on in other ways. There are links to those exercises in the description below. Speaking of the description, there's a transcript of the entire exercise in the description below, but do not read along while doing the exercise. This is a fluency exercise that focuses on speaking and listening. You cannot improve your listening comprehension and your fluency by reading. You have to push yourself by exercising your ears and your brain if you want to improve your listening skills and your speaking confidence. This is the perfect exercise for that purpose. Don't forget, you can do this exercise as many times as you like. In fact, you should do it until you feel comfortable understanding and responding. Let's begin with the first problem. Just listen to me say a sentence in regular spoken English and try to repeat what I say. The dog turned on its owner after years of abuse. The dog turned on its owner after years of abuse. The dog turned on its owner after years of abuse. Let's substitute the owner. Let's say that it's a male. The dog turned on him after years of abuse. The dog turned on him after years of abuse. How would you ask a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did the dog turn on him after years of abuse? Did the dog turn on him after years of abuse? Let's answer in the affirmative. Let's say yes. Yes, the dog turned on him after years of abuse. Yes, the dog turned on him after years of abuse. Okay, let's make a why question. Why did the dog turn on him? Why did the dog turn on him? Why did the dog turn on him? Why did the dog turn on him after years of abuse? Why did the dog turn on him after years of abuse? Here's the reason. Because he was cruel. Because he was cruel. The dog turned on him because he was cruel. The dog turned on him because he was cruel. The dog turned on him because he was cruel. All right, super duper job. Let's try another one. Here's another sentence. Lisa turned on the company after years of faithful service. Lisa turned on the company after years of faithful service. Let's substitute the company. Lisa turned on them. Lisa turned on them. Lisa turned on them after years of faithful service. Lisa turned on them after years of faithful service. How would you make a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did Lisa turn on them? Did Lisa turn on them? Did Lisa turn on them after years of faithful service? Did Lisa turn on them after years of faithful service? Let's answer yes in the affirmative. Yes, Lisa turned on them after years of faithful service. Okay, let's make a why question. Why did Lisa turn on them after years of faithful service? Why did Lisa turn on them after years of faithful service? Here is the reason. Because of their dishonest practices. Because of their dishonest practices. Lisa turned on them because of their dishonest practices. Lisa turned on them. Lisa turned on them because of their dishonest practices. Because of their dishonest practices. Lisa turned on them because of their dishonest practices. All right, this is a piece of cake. Let's try another one. Here is another example. John turned on his girlfriend after years of happiness. John turned on his girlfriend after years of happiness. Let's substitute his girlfriend. John turned on her. John turned on her. That's very different from John turned her on. John turned on her after years of happiness. John turned on her after years of happiness. Can you make a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did John turn on her? Did John turn on her after years of happiness? Did John turn on her after years of happiness? Let's say yes. Let's answer in the affirmative. Yes, he turned on her after years of happiness. Okay, let's make a why question. Why did John turn on her after years of happiness? Why did John turn on her after years of happiness? Okay, now let's say the reason is she cheated on him. She cheated on him. John turned on her after years of happiness because she cheated on him. He cheated on her. He turned on her after years of happiness because she cheated on him. She cheated on him. All right, super duper job. Let's do another one. All right, here's another example. The fans turned on the actor after his last film. The fans turned on the actor after his last film. Let's substitute the actor. The fans turned on him after his last film. The fans turned on him after his last film. They went from love to hate. The fans turned on him after his last film. How would you make a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did the fans turn on him after his last film? Did the fans turn on him after his last film? Okay, how would you answer yes in the affirmative? Yes. The fans turned on him after his last film. Okay. Let's make a why question. Why? Why did the fans turn on him after his last film? Why did the fans turn on him? Why did the fans turn on him after his last film? Here is the reason. He did a horrible job. He did a horrible job. The fans turned on him after his last film because he did a horrible job. The fans turned on him after his last film because he did a horrible job. All right, awesome job. Let's try another one. One more example. The advertisers turned on the company. The advertisers turned on the company. How would you substitute the company? The advertisers turned on them. The advertisers turned on them. How would you make a basic yes/no question with that sentence? Did the advertisers turn on them? Did the advertisers turn on them? Let's answer yes. Yes. Yes, the advertisers turned on them. Yes, the advertisers turned on them. How would you make a why question? Why did the advertisers turn on them? Why did the advertisers turn on them? Okay, here is the reason. They didn't like the new content. They didn't like the new content. The advertisers turned on them because they didn't like the new content. The advertisers turned on them because they didn't like the new content. The advertisers turned on them because they didn't like the new content. All right, great job. You're on your way to being a phrasal verb expert. If you found this exercise difficult, remember that you can do this exercise as many times as you want. You should do it until you're comfortable with it. Like many phrasal verbs, turn on has several different meanings. Be sure to click on the links in the description to practice the other meanings of turn on. Did you find this exercise helpful? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can practice and improve your English even more. You'll be the first to get more useful English fluency exercises the moment I publish them. And consider pressing the like button because it helps my channel so much and lets me know that you would like to see even more exercises just like this one. Do you know someone who may benefit from this exercise? Share this video with your friends. They will thank you for it later. It's been so much fun practicing English with you today, and I can't wait to see you here again. But until then, goodbye.